Sweet. We are live. I think we're good. Hey guys, so my name is Parker Wright. My hair is crazy because I just woke up a little bit ago and I didn't realize how crazy it was. But what I'm going to go over is a Premiere template, or it's called a Mogrt. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, I'll briefly explain what it is. But what I'm going to do is show you what its capabilities are and then kind of go through how to do a quick edit of some of these acapella videos, so I hope you enjoy. So, first off, we have our Premiere template. So in the template, it won't look like this when you open it up. This is just an example that I want to show you guys. So when you open up the template, what you have with these capabilities is it's basically these black lines, and it also tells you where you're going to put the video, and then we also have a little watermark right here. So with this template, what you're able to do is you're able to change the line color to whatever you want. So you could change it to be purple if you like. You could change the thickness of it, and you could change. You could also change the number of rows up to 5 rows and up to 10 columns. So you could have 50 people on screen at one time. And what's happening here is it isn't just putting lines, but if you guys can see, like if I were to put these lines here, and they were just to be evenly spaced, then the one on the outside would be slightly bigger because it doesn't have a line there. So there's a lot going on in the background to make this so that each square is exactly the same. So that's basically what we're able to do. Change the thickness, change the color, and change how many rows or columns. So let's get back to there. So what you're going to want to do is a couple things. First off, you're going to need to have Premiere Pro. With that, so with Premiere Pro, what you want to do is first go and download both Premiere Pro and After Effects. You don't need to own After Effects if you only own Premiere. You just need to download it and have the free trial downloaded on your computer. So what you can do, or once you have that, then you're going to want to go to the store that I have for right now. The template's free just for today. And what it is go to parkerjwright.com/shop, and you'll see this little template here. Click on that, just add to cart. If you don't want to put your info, it doesn't ask for credit card info at all because it's free. But if you just want to put your name and then some random address, I don't think it actually checks it. So if you want to put your info, great. So that way I can have it for contacting you. But if you don't want to, then I don't care. Just put whatever you want. Download it free for now. Add to cart. Go through the whole process. Download it. Once you have it downloaded, then you're going to come back into Premiere. And once you're in here, what you want to do is open up the Essential Graphics panel, which if you don't see it here, then you can go to Window, Essential Graphics, which is right here. Open that up, and then what it'll look like is something like this. So you can go to Browse, there's all these random Essential Graphics. You're going to want to install the Mogrts or motion graphics template that is in the zip file that you're going to download from my website. Once you get that downloaded, press this little plus here, download it, and then you'll have that motion graphics template here. Then you can open up that Premiere file that's in there, and it'll look something like this, except we won't have this watermark. It'll be something like this. What you're able to do with this is, or this kind of gives you a baseline. If you need to, when you drag in your footage, what I recommend is seeing what the frame rate of it is. So, and then adjust that here. So you can, it's 24 frames, 25 frames, whatever. It's probably 24 frames or 29.97 if you're in America. So with that, adjust your frame rate, then drag in all of your videos. Once you get all of your videos in there, you want to sync them up. I'm not going to go into how to sync your videos, but for this purposes, so we have all of our 3 videos in there. I'm going to take off the sound. So what you're probably seeing is these little kids. This is This is a group that I teach, or I do quite a few things for. I do videos, and I do some of the arrangements, and I teach them as well. These are called, or this group's called Squad Harmonics. You can check them out, youtube.com/Squad Harmonics. One thing I didn't mention with this template is you're pretty easily able to make different setups, and I'll go over that as well. Yeah, so going back to this, what you're going to want to do, get into all of your footage. Once you have the footage in there, you want to sync it all up so that way it's where you need it. And then select all of your footage and scale it to frame size. I'll explain why in a second, because what this template does is it makes it so that it's a lot easier to place where you need it to be placed. I recommend at the beginning picking your color. You can change this later, but then that way, if you're making any cuts or edits, they're all going to be the same color, and then you can make adjustments later. So let's just say I want it to be purple. I have 3 videos, so I'm going to just do one row and 3 columns. So what I'm able to do with this is I have these 3 videos, they're scaled to the frame size, but what's cool here is if you look at view cell properties, what this does is it turns on a kind of calculation for what scale and position you should place it in so that it is perfectly centered in the square, and then what size it'll be to be perfectly scaled to that. You're able to just drag and drop it wherever you want, but when you start getting into these much higher sizes, it's going to be a lot to like drag it and figure out exactly where it is. So it's a lot quicker to just look at what the size is and what the placement is, and then it kind of automatically goes there. So you can just quickly type it in rather than having to drag all of them in. But for today, or for right now, I am going to go through all of those paces just so you have a good understanding of what that is. So we have our 3 videos. This one, they're all set to 100%, which is what we have here. If we had a different size on, or different rows on this, then the percentage would change. Same with this. So if I put it at 30.4, and what it's doing is it's adjusting based on, you don't even know what it's doing. It's doing a lot of stuff in the background. But if I were to scale this to 30.44, in this case I would probably just scale up to or just round up. So 30.44, it gets you 0.44. There we go. So scale it up so that it's right in that size. You can also, you don't necessarily have to type all of that stuff in, you can just drag and drop it. So since it's in the middle, it's there, but then if I wanted it to, let's say, be here, I could click and drag it, but since there's all this stuff going on, it would be a lot easier for me to just type in what's in this first corner. So I have 649.33, and then 350.67. So as you can see, it makes my job a lot easier. So let's take it back a little bit. Now in this case, what we have is 3, obviously since they're 100%, they're going to be bleeding over a lot of the screen. So in this case, what I want to do is our X position, we have 649.33, and then this one is 2048, which is correct, and then this one is 3446.67. So they're all placed. Obviously there's a lot that's covering up. So in this case, what I would want to do is mask out the different sizes. So what's nice about this is if I mask it based on, like if I place them where it says and I mask one, I can then click on mask, Control-C to copy it, or if you're on a Mac, I believe it's Command-C, then go to the next one and then click on the opacity and then Control-V, and it's going to create that mask. So now I have all of those placed. If I need to, I can make some minor adjustments to bring them into the center. There we go. But yeah, so that's there. What I then want to do is bring it back down to one row, and click this off. Boom. So now I have a super clean look to it. And then what I can do is I can be like, oh, I actually want this to be pink. Or in this case, if I wanted to, I could even duplicate this, make one of them pink and one of them purple, and then I could create a mask around one of them. And now I have one pink, one purple. So you're able to use masks to kind of make all these different colors if you want. You could go super in depth, or you could just keep it black. Up to you. So right now what we're going to do is just keep them black. And I want to go into how to make a cut, or how to change it. And if you guys haven't already, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon. I really appreciate it. Okay, so next, let's say we want to bring these 3 to then be up to 6 people. So what I would do here is I'm like, oh, okay, going through it, I like this spot. So I'm going to cut these guys. Once I cut them, so I have, let's say I then want it to go up to 6. So I'm going to do this. It's the same thing. What it then does is it has view cell properties. I can input those. I'm not going to go through all that right now because you guys know how to do that. But so I can pretty easily make cuts and then make the adjustments. What is really cool here is, let's say I wanted to do something like you saw in this, where it has different, like it's not symmetrical. So I have 4 on this side, 1 on this side. This requires a little bit of like math or thinking about what you're trying to accomplish. But what you are able to do is, let's say I like this, I like the 4, but I just wanted one line here. So pretty much what that is it's one row. So if I want this one to look like this and this one to be the 4, what I would do in this case is just duplicate it, bring this one down to 1 row, and then I would mask out the bottom one, because that's the one that's cutting through it. I would mask out the bottom one to not pay attention to that left one. So then, boom. So now I have a nice cut. I'm able to go from 3 to 5 really easily. I could then go through and then edit those so that they fit really nicely. I'm not going to go into that because you guys know how to do it. Cool. So we have a nice video, all done. Now we have a logo that we want to put in. What I've put in the template for you guys is a logo. So if you go to the logo watermark, it's a nested sequence. So if you double click on it, you'll have this logo file. What you want to do is drag and drop your transparent PNG on top of that. If you don't know what a PNG is, go ahead and look that up. It's just a file type. So like a JPEG, you're not able to get any transparent background, but a PNG you are. So you could also drag in an AI file if you're working with Adobe Illustrator, just something with transparency to it for your logo. You can just drag it into here, put it right on top of where the logo is. Another thing you can do is open up safe margins. I like to put it right in there. You can put it wherever you like. And then go back to your template and it's going to be there. You're also able to lower the opacity of this if you like. You can change the size here. I find it a little bit cleaner and easier to adjust it here, and then it makes the adjustments in here. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything for it. Yeah, now you guys can make some clean videos. I hope this helps. And I think that's it. Yeah, if you guys like what you have here, if you do want to send me money for it, you can Venmo me at venmo.com/ParkerJWright. If you don't and you hate it, then you don't need to. Be sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps me continue to make these. This is my first one, so I'm a little bit nervous. But thanks, guys, for sticking around, and I hope you enjoy. Bye. Bum, bum, bum. I'm trying to end it. Bye.